Welcome to our summer of part 2 videos. I didn't mean for this to happen, but honestly, my creative juices have been thankfully flowing a lot more than normally. I bought a lot of ingredients when I did the first video, and I still had some more fun ideas to share, and I want to have some fun with you today. I really appreciate you just wanting to come along with me, see another set of recipes, and we have a lot of yummy and delicious things in store. So without further ado, let's get the heck into it. First, and most importantly, oh my God, I just got the camera. Let's wash our hands. Just trying to show you all good hygiene, and I am me. Scrub-a-dub-dub, baby. It's cooking time. We're gonna start off nice and simple, nice and classic, with none other than protein balls. I got all my handy dandy ingredients. This is super stinking simple, and trust me, I wouldn't lead you astray. I wouldn't do that to you. Okay? I wouldn't do that to you. I've been watching a lot of those personal attention ASMRs. They're very fascinating. They're very fun. And I always wonder how they just get it so close to the camera. Not my forte. No. Gosh, I'm always so bad at this. We're gonna scoop out a cup of peanut butter. This is one of my favorites because it has so many yummy seeds in it. It's a mixed nut butter. Oh, with seeds. I think we buy it at Costco, but it has almonds, cashews, pumpkin seeds, chia, and flax seeds in it. And I know protein balls are like very overdone, you know? They are the perfect grab and go snack, and they're always just a great little treat to turn to when you don't know what to eat. And you can have so much fun with them too. I mean, I like to put sprinkles on mine. Makes them delicious. Let's go. Gino. Hey Siri. Oh wait. Hey Alexa. With the protein, choose one that you're actually going to like. There's no point in making protein balls if you don't like the protein. Also, the flavor. This brand is okay. I like it. I don't love it. It does kind of have a weird aftertaste to it. You know me, I love to put my protein powder in my coffee, so I normally just stick to the Orgain brand that I normally buy. But this works too, and I hate to be wasteful, so I'm gonna keep using it even if I don't really like it. All these recipes always call for honey, and I always replace it with maple syrup. It's just a personal preference. It might have a little bit of a different consistency, but I don't know what it is. I can't stand honey. It just isn't my favorite. Something about the sweetness of it just does not sit right with my stomach. And maple syrup, you can't go wrong. Do you say syrup or syrup? Or syrup? Or another pronunciation that I haven't heard of? Tell me how you say it. Oh my God, I'm making a big old mess. What? This is a little risky. Normally I wait to plug it in so I don't have food all over my ceiling in case I accidentally turn it on when there's no cover. But you know what they say? YOLO. Now we blend it until it kind of feels like a little bit of a dough. This would be the part of a turn on. Come on. Honestly, this method is a lot more seamless as far as making very consistent balls of protein goes. I've had some before where it just doesn't feel like there's any consistency. It just doesn't stay together very well. Even when you add oats, it just kind of just falls short. But this is really nice when you put it in the food processor, or whatever this thing's called. I'm gonna attempt to use my ice cream scooper. Look at me, frickin' Baskin Robbins over here. Now I'm going to take each of these platters and put them into the freezer for probably about 20-30 minutes. Honestly, it's just about how much you like them to be squishy or not. Totally your preference. Putting her into the freezer if she fits. Oh my gosh, please fit, please fit. Oh, yes. Two options. You can eat the bites as they are, put them in the freezer, put them in the fridge, eat them however you please. Or we can do this second option, which I've actually never tried before. I'm gonna do a chocolate coating, and I'm going to coat at least half of the batter that I've made so I have a little bit of variety. Some coated, some not coated. It's actually really stinking simple. You're going to microwave together honey or your sweetener of choice, a tablespoon of olive oil, bada ba bing, do do ba dow, bada ba ba bow. And last but not least, 3 ounces of baking chocolate, which I've never used before, which makes me nervous. You should have seen me at the grocery store trying to figure out what baking chocolate was. Hui! I'm just gonna do it like this. There's probably a better way to do it. but I don't have toothpicks and this works just fine to me. I'm gonna stick these back in for probably at least an hour. Oh, yes! Look at this. This is like the perfect consistency for me because you can still kind of squeeze it, but it's also hard enough that it's going to hold its shape. I think this was about 35 minutes or so. I think this is perfect. I'm trying my food. My protein balls, peanut butter protein balls.
They're good.
Not bad.
They're the best thing I've ever eaten.
He's so full of it. Keith doesn't like my healthy snacks.
They're not bad. I don't hate, I don't love. I give it a 5 out of 10.
Oh, I think they're gonna be better when we let them freeze for a little bit longer. I would say a minimum hour. I like them. That's all that matters. I almost forgot the chocolate frozen balls. Oh my gosh. Okay, they still got squish to them, which helps me and my teeth fear, but I'm going to slowly take a bite. Chocolate, delicious. I think it adds a nice touch. I don't think it's necessary. I think they taste, honestly, very similar with and without the chocolate coating. If you probably hate protein balls, then I would suggest adding the coating because it's probably gonna taste a lot less like protein. And I love the way that it actually kind of coated on. It looks like I knew what I was doing. I found this recipe online and I am absolutely obsessed with it. It's called Jessica's Pistachio Oat Squares. I love pistachio, I love oat squares, and I probably love Jessica, so I think this is going to be a really, really good one. It's a 6-ingredient recipe, it's super simple to make, and this is one of those ones that you can store in the refrigerator, maybe even in the freezer, de-thaw them, enjoy them for a really long time, and I'm all about the simplicity. Like, that is the overall theme of these videos. The faster you can grab any kind of snack or meal, whatever it is during the summertime, and the faster you can get back outside, enjoy your sunshine, enjoy your day, your family, your company, whomever, the better. So thank you, Jessica, for inspiring this one. Our 6 ingredients are rolled oats, pistachios, maple syrup, olive oil, and coconut flakes. I would say these 3 have actually been huge staples in all of the recipes I've made for this video and the last one. So just a good life hack even to keep things like this in your pantry for when you're wanting to be creative, make fun things. Or peanut butter if you like it, or if you don't have an allergy. Any kind of nut butter, of course, will do, and probably vanilla. Oh no, I just got maple syrup on me. Gosh dang it!
This is the most laundry I've done in my entire life.
What the heck? I'm literally putting this on until I dry. Not prepared for the embarrassment. Lovely. Starting. Can't even take myself seriously. We're going back to our BFF, the food processor, and we basically want to make it like a meal, like the texture, not the activity. I don't know if we need to all be reminded of this, but I think you all do know. I am no chef. This is amateur hour over here, and I'm fine owning that. But you know, we gotta perfect our fun little recipes, our fun little snacks together. To all of my real chefs out there, I apologize in advance. Now, it wants you to add in the maple syrup and olive oil while the motor is still running. But truth be told, I absolutely do not trust myself. So I'm just gonna try and do it as quickly as possible, as seamlessly as possible. If you're wondering how I got this Harry Potter scar on my forehead, we can thank my sweet but savage dog Reese. I think that's it. We went to Keith's sister's house, who happens to live on the Columbia River. Absolutely gorgeous. And Reese, being a Labradoodle, had never really swam before. She'd kind of fallen into the water a few times. She'd, you know, dabbled a little bit, but we really wanted her to get to swim. When she was in the water, you know, we didn't want her to be alone, so I would be in the water while Keith was on the dock, etc., etc. And so she'd get in the water and she'd just start scratching, not intentionally. I mean, she was a really good swimmer. It was actually extremely impressive how innately she just knew exactly what to do. But she'd get in the water and she'd just start clawing at us. Like, you should have seen Keith's back, chest, back, arms, thighs, like literally he's just covered in scratches. I kind of made it out easy with just my one little Harry Potter mark, but the girl's ruthless. And her nails aren't even long. They just came out to play or something. I honestly think even this tray is probably too big just based off of the measurements for this one recipe. I guess I could have doubled it, but you kind of just want to spread it out in here, make it look all nice and pretty. Now comes the fun part. You just sprinkle this bad boy with as much or as little pistachios and coconut flakes as you so please. And I actually ran out of pistachios, so we might be finished. Now I'm gonna pop her in the oven for probably 10 to 12 minutes, just kind of monitoring it. You still want it to be a little bit soft, so make sure you don't overcook it. So I like to keep an eye on it. Usually 10 minutes on 350, golden.
A few moments later.
Oh yeah, looks delicious. I've got my taste testers. Reese over here, Keith hiding from the camera. That's pretty good.
That's better.
That was better. Rating?
7 out of 10.
That's what I was gonna say. The gooiness is incredible.
You have to eat it hot though.
That is true. I would say refrigerate this, but then reheat it whenever you want to eat it. Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you, Jessica.
If you recall, if you've been on my channel for a while, or if you remember the TikTok trend when people were trying to make grapes taste like sour candy, I was all on board. I made a little video about it. I reviewed it. I thought it was delicious. I still find it so stinking strange. I don't know how it happens. This is kind of like a little mini interval snack. This is really simple. Not much of a creative thing on my end, but something I absolutely love. So the first route we can go with our grapes, we're just basically squeezing a little wedge of a lime over the grapes. And it is the most magical, strangest thing that you've ever tasted in your life. I think some people didn't like it. Keith thought it was total baloney, but I think it's delicious. And I also just got lime juice all over me. I feel like you need a lot of lime to fully get that flavor. I think it's fantastic. That's my helpful reminder to you if you haven't tried it. The second is the frozen grape. Usually I buy 2 grapes whenever I go to the store. I buy 1 fresh for the fridge, and I buy a second bundle that go immediately into the freezer. And there's something just incredibly delicious about how crunchy and scrumdiddlyumptious a frozen grape is. I don't even know how to describe the texture. It's almost just icy. Or you could even do a little combo wombo deal. Squeeze the lime on top of the frozen grape. So you've got a frozen Sour Patch Kids. Woo! Woo! Also a PSA, if you happen to see this at the right time of year, usually I can find them at Whole Foods or Trader Joe's, but there is this thing called cotton candy grapes, and I don't know where in the heck they came from. I don't know how they make them. I don't know how they harvest them, but it is the strangest thing you've ever tasted in your life. You pick them up from the store. They come in this cute little bag that basically says cotton candy grapes on it, and it tastes like you're having cotton candy wrapped around your grape. I don't know how they do it. It is honestly mind-blowing, but it's one of my favorite things, and they fly off the shelves. So if you can find them at whatever store that you shop at, if they even have them by you, try your best to find them. It's my favorite thing to find in the summertime, if I could even do it successfully. And just also try not to be too selfish, you know, don't grab more than like 1 or 2 bags because we all gotta share the cotton candy love, but it's phenomenal. And then freeze those too. Oh. Last but not least, we're going to do a fun recipe that I've been seeing actually a lot on TikTok randomly, but it's something that I've been making for years, and that is apple nachos, which I think is one of the most fun ways that you can enjoy apples. You're going to make yourself literally the perfect summer snack, and this is one of those ones that I think is a real crowd pleaser. So if you're hosting some people, you got some friends coming over, you got some plans for a nice weekend or something, you want to impress people, show them a little classic twist on their favorite old snack, give them some apple nachos. The more fun thing is that there is no wrong way to do this. Who cares, you know? As long as you're having fun, you're doing the apple nachos correctly. Ow, sorry for all the slamming. You're really just adding each of the apple slices onto a plate like you would nachos. If you're like, you know, a lot more creative than I am, you can make this plate look really pretty, but I'm having a hard time even getting mine in a circle. I've just realized as I've gotten older, I will never be a crafty person. Like, I just don't have the crafty touch. I never have. I probably never will. In my family, I was the artistic one, and that's saying a lot about my family's artistic ability, considering I felt like my drawings were always the worst of the entire first grade class. And here I am also, you know, still struggling to cut an apple. Some things never change. The heck is happening? Whatever, that's good enough. That's good enough for me. This is the fun part, and this is where you can get creative and do whatever you want. I love cinnamon on my apples. Now I know that's not exactly a creative statement. Anything that I'm gonna put on top, I kind of start with my base of cinnamon. For the main event, I'm going to use mixed nut butter. If you have a nut allergy, if you just don't like peanut butter, nut butter, whatever, skip this. This is kind of a hard one to spread. I'm just gonna try my best. The goal is ideally to have whatever spread you want neatly drizzled over everything, but per usual, having some difficulties. What is happening? You know, I do these cooking videos because they're fun, but I should have never promised art or presentation a job well done. I'm actually gonna use some of the granola that I made the other day for the part 1 recipes. Like I'm saying, crowd pleaser. You know, you want your friends to come over and they're gonna go, what in the heck is that? And you're like, oh, you mean my apple nachos that Taylor Woods taught me how to make? Wow, she is so good in the kitchen. Huh, you know, have your speech ready. I'm gonna add a little bit of blueberries. Gosh, look at me, master chefing it. Honestly, this is probably the best recipe I've made so far because it's like, you know, messier the better. Boom, boom, boom. And because I'm a whipped cream snob. Oh! Nice. Boom, baby. Keith, I made apple nachos. Keith! Bringing the apple nachos to him. Hello?
Hello.
I made apple nachos. I feel like you're gonna like this the most. This is the most up your alley. This is obviously the easiest one to make. Sprinkle anything on, you're gonna please the audience. I don't even love regular nachos that much because they put so much on there. I mean, just give me the cheese and the chips. But here, more the merrier.
Very good.
It's probably a 9.5 out of 10 for me.
Mm-hmm.
As far as fun snacks go, genius. Genius.